Most fighters don't lose because of skill, Kuinid. They lose because their body betrays them first.
The moment your breathing breaks, your technique, power, and confidence collapse together.
60 seconds is where unprepared fighters silently panic and everything starts falling apart.
This has nothing to do with toughness, it's a conditioning failure hiding in plain sight.
One trained intelligently, the other followed routines that never prepared him for chaos.
If you gas out early, it's not random, Ruddy. It's trained behavior.
Your body enters survival mode long before the fight actually becomes dangerous.
And most fighters, unknowingly, train this exact failure every single week.
Coaches see this constantly, but very few explain why it keeps happening.
Today, we expose the real reason fighters gas out. 1 month, without excuses.
This was the moment he realized talent means nothing without brutal discipline and relentless daily sacrifice.
Every round pushed his lungs to failure, forcing his body to adapt or completely give up. Pain stopped being an enemy and slowly transformed into a signal that progress was happening. While others slept peacefully, he repeated movements obsessively, chasing perfection nobody would applaud.
Early sparring exposed harsh weaknesses, proving confidence collapses quickly when technique isn't fully earned.
Small adjustments began changing everything, especially balance, timing, and the way power transferred through strikes. For the first time, his training connected, producing results that felt real, measurable, and addictive. Weeks turned into months, and consistency quietly built a fighter nobody recognized anymore.
The difference shocked even him, revealing how silent improvement often goes unnoticed until comparison exposes truth.
This was no longer about winning fights, but proving transformation was possible through sustained effort. Most mistakes happen quietly during everyday training sessions, slowly eroding endurance before anyone even notices the damage. Long rests teach your body habits fights will never allow, building weakness disguised as recovery.
Stress multiplies fatigue far faster than physical effort alone, and many underestimate its invisible power.
Your mind collapses before your body reaches true exhaustion, proving conditioning is both physical and mental. Poor exposure to pressure makes even simple movements feel impossible when intensity spikes unexpectedly.
Bad posture and inefficient movements waste precious oxygen, accelerating fatigue while reducing effective output.
Excessive tension drains energy faster than most fighters ever realize, silently destroying stamina in seconds. Efficiency decides survival. Small improvements in movement preserve energy and extend endurance far beyond expectation.
Smart fighters learn how to recover mid-round. Understanding this separates those who collapse from those who endure.
This is where most fighters mentally lose the fight before the first round even finishes completely.
Fixing this problem begins with controlling your breathing, not running harder or increasing meaningless repetitions unnecessarily.
Your diaphragm must lead every breath, shoulders must relax, or energy drains instantly without recovery. Nasal breathing prevents your nervous system from triggering panic, giving you control under sudden, high-intensity pressure.
Speed only comes after control. Rushing before mastering this foundation destroys endurance and efficiency completely.
Short bursts with minimal rest teach your body how to recover quickly while under extreme stress.
You are training recovery ability, not just chasing exhaustion, which builds a fighter who can last rounds. Clean, precise movements preserve oxygen and delay fatigue far longer than raw repetition ever could.
Efficient footwork conserves energy without reducing aggression, allowing fighters to maintain output throughout intense sessions.
Progressive stress trains your heart and nervous system to stabilize under intensity, preventing early collapse. Recovery improves noticeably even though total workload hasn't increased, proving that control beats blind effort. Calm fighters last longer, even under high output, because mental control preserves energy when fatigue strikes unexpectedly.
Endurance is efficiency, not suffering. Mastering control under pressure beats brute effort every single time.
Breathing control is the foundation for everything else in your training, dictating performance under extreme intensity.
Today is only the first layer of conditioning. Neglecting it ensures failure when real pressure arrives.
Tomorrow's mistake is far more dangerous, and preparing now prevents collapse before it even begins. Confidence reduces panic responses naturally, which saves massive amounts of energy during high-stress rounds.
Training under stress builds real endurance that comfort and repetitive drills never create in a fighter.
Unexpected pressure teaches control far faster than predictable, comfortable routines that mimic no real fight. Mid-round recovery is what separates experienced fighters from beginners who collapse under the first real fatigue.
Man, stamina alone doesn't win. The speed at which you recover determines who survives the fight completely.
Most people train hard, but very few train intelligently, building endurance that lasts under extreme stress consistently. Tracking fatigue patterns daily reveals what actually fails first, exposing weaknesses invisible during casual training sessions.
You cannot fix weaknesses you refuse to notice, leaving them silently destroying performance round after round. And small technical corrections produce massive improvements in endurance, efficiency, and overall ability to sustain output longer.
This demonstrates control under pressure. Mastering it separates fighters who collapse early from those who survive completely. We're building repeatable performance, not relying on luck or random bursts of energy during critical moments. Endurance is built daily, progressively, not discovered suddenly during one lucky or intense session. Your body adapts precisely to the stress you apply intentionally, not to what you leave to chance. Correct stress builds resilience and recovery, while wrong stress accelerates burnout and mental collapse unexpectedly. Most fighters never learn this critical difference, and that is why they fail before their real potential. This foundation supports everything ahead. Missing it guarantees the rest of your training collapses under pressure completely.
Control must be mastered before endurance truly develops. Without it, even the strongest bodies fail in fights.
Control must be mastered before endurance truly develops. Without it, even the strongest bodies fail in fights.
Tomorrow we expose the biggest cardio lie most fighters believe, revealing secrets nobody talks about openly.
You are probably training this wrong right now, reinforcing mistakes that destroy your stamina and fight longevity. This series only works if followed in order, building progressive adaptation and recovery, and you cannot skip.
Day 2 explains why traditional cardio fails fighters repeatedly and how to finally fix it permanently.
Today prepared your system for tomorrow. Missing it wastes effort and slows progress unnecessarily. Skip the next episode and all today's work loses impact, leaving your endurance stagnant and weak.
Consistency, not effort, decides everything. Only those who follow every step survive intense rounds fully.
Day 1 ends here, but the real test begins tomorrow, when comfort disappears completely under pressure.
Most quit after this point, because discipline replaces motivation and excuses finally stop working under stress. And tomorrow introduces pressure systems that expose fake stamina and reward fighters who stayed patient today fully. What feels easy now becomes impossible without today's foundation when intensity multiplies suddenly inside real fights. The next episode shows how to train cardio specifically for chaos, not comfort inside real fights.
If you felt challenged today, that discomfort signals correct adaptation starting internally under sustained fight pressure. Day 2 demands more focus, less ego, and zero shortcuts if progress matters to you personally.
This series separates watchers from doers, and only one group actually improves over time consistently here.
Everything ahead builds on today, so skipping episodes breaks the system completely by design under pressure.
Get ready, because tomorrow training stops being safe and starts becoming effective under real fight conditions.